I want to see how much they're going to be able to get out from this lane, because this Batrider pick Into the Breach was preparing for this pick since they started. They banned out the Legion Commander. I don't think I've ever seen Legion Commander being banned in the first phase. And this is why. Instant Batrider pick, OG, they were ready for it. This Omni Knight pick, I think it's going to cause a lot of issues. He might die a couple of times in the laning stage, but we'll see how it's going to be played out. Immersion, ooh, that he's going to be in trouble if they find him. If there's, okay, they're not going to go. If they decided to go extra slow from Hammer, I believe DM would also get a Gush, would be enough for Yuragi to get close and land at LSA. So... oh, look at this one. It's a familiar face.
Do I know that guy? Is he a superstar of some sort?
Nature's Prophet's in the game. His face needs to show up.
Yeah, that's true. And that should be mandatory, right? Every single game, Nature's Prophet, give me this square of superstar.
The battle begins.
Jibe? And it is that early Hammer of Purity for Misha. And I'm trying to think about these lanes right now. Is there anything that's really sticking out? What are we thinking in terms of aggression? Or maybe just who's going to be their peak performer in this laning stage?
I'm looking at how the top lane's going to be played out. This was last pick Tidehunter. Into the Breach responded with Static Storm, Disruptor. This is one way to kill Tide, but then again, he's going to be tanky. You will have Omni Knight to save you against certain spells, against right-click damage. You are playing into Shadow Demon, so you can remove that. A lot of counter-picking. Kidaro's in trouble. Does have Stick and Fairy Fire, but another bolt in 2 seconds. I think he's actually dead.
Oh, needs one more right-click.
That was close. Taiga?
Taiga might even just dive this. He still has those mangoes, and he wants it. He gets the first blood. And I think he's just going to, yep, all right, give up my life. And I'll be back with full mana in a second.
And he was also staying out of XP range, so Nature's Prophet didn't get XP for that. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, well done there by the Zeus early on. And you saw just how aggressive they could be, and maybe Disruptor is not going to feel as comfortable in this lane because your role as a Disruptor is usually just Thunderstrike.
You're very strong, like level 1, one of the best spells, so you can barely trade with any heroes, but I didn't expect Taiga to just square up and try to go for it. And now he's pulling the lane back. DM already level 2.5. He was getting the solo XP and Wraith Band on Tidehunter.
These Wraith Bands, they'll sneak up on you. Everybody's getting them. It's fashion forward, the Wraith Band.
I think this top lane is almost done. DM is going to have complete free farm. He's getting the levels once he puts a point in Kraken Shell. Maybe even puts a second point. You can't just really kill him. Nature's Prophet and Treants, they don't deal damage. Into the Breach, a killer lane, bottom. Shadow Demon plus a Centaur, old school combo with these two heroes.
Looking at DM, just thinking about what you're talking about here, where he's going to get free farm. Because the last game for Into the Breach, Odeker had basically the best start you could, right? Now it's probably not going to go in a similar way, and I wonder how Into the Breach change and adapt to a different circumstance with their Nature's Prophet.
Tidehunter is going to become super tanky early on. The only way he dies if they rotate with Batrider, pretty much, and they need to bring 3 heroes total. Otherwise, DM is not going to die. I also want to see what the item build is going to go for. It's going to be, again, a Guardian Greaves or just a pipe in this one. There's a lot of magical damage on Into the Breach. Like, I mean, getting both is also fine. Just want to see which one he's going to get first. Mid lane, BZM just cracked level 4. Supreme on his Batrider. 10 CS, 1 deny. BZM definitely knows the matchup really well. Going into Stick. A bit low on HP for now. We'll bring some extra mangoes and tangos. There you go.
Yeah, this has been a fight for a while happening inside the jungle. They've just been trading spells and trading right clicks as they stay away from the lane. And that's put DM to level 4, so he's quickly into level 4, has those early boots of speed, and he's 300 gold away from having arcane boots, so seems to me that he's gonna, for the most part, be pretty self-sustained up here, right?
As I said, they are not going to be able to kill DM. Has some tangos, has a mango. Taiga even going to get the D ward here. on the high ground. BZM slightly low on HP on mid lane. Supreme still doesn't have anything.
Daro.
He's just has 2 points in Sticky. No points in Flame Break, no points in Firefly.
What's the reasoning to really hold this at the moment?
Thinking if he finds an opportunity, might go for the Flame Break. We've seen Batrider against Pango matchup the other day with the 2-2-0 build, something that I at least haven't seen, and it was super effective against Pango. You bounce it back. Like sometimes 1 point is enough, but seeing 2 points and you don't have to commit underneath the tower, a bit of a different build on a Batrider that looked very good.
Should be. Threw double edge out, didn't really do much with it except hurt himself, but he's got a
Stick.
hoof stomp and another double edge. And Misha with the Heavenly Grace able to survive. And
Misha doing a very good job soaking up the damage, uses the stick, now bringing tangos and the fluffy hat, so he wants to be able to survive whatever they throw at him, soak up some of the damage while Alina is farming. Taiga, man, he's all over the place. He devoted the observer board. Now he's going to be able to get the stacks going.
Kadaro just forced to TP away from this pesky Zeus. Just level 2, but I think the sacrifice to leave DM by himself and kind of move around here and take away the vision is a beneficial one, right?
You want to give Oathtaker all the XP you can, because you know that Tidehunter cannot be killed. A lot of pressure on this Centaur by Yuragi. Those right clicks. And DM, he can do whatever the hell he wants in this lane.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he'll be stopped, and like I said, he's self-sufficient with those arcane boots already. Shadow Demon, Immersion, Dragon Slave lands, but just short the damage to get that kill. BZM, for the time being, it was really 6 minutes was where his last game kind of faltered in a way where he had died 5 times early on, but we'll see if it stays the route. Coming into the 6-minute mark now, and it's a Arcane Rune bottled up and a Flame Break thrown over at Taiga, so Supreme getting a kill over here mid, while BZM takes out Immersion.
Taiga did die. It's a level 2 Zeus, so I don't think he minds too much. He also scouted out where the ward is, so might TP mid, de-ward that. BZM doesn't have a bottle this time around. He's just going to get the full magic one, playing against the Batrider. Kadaro. Tide is level 6, does have a point in Ravage. Might even get it. Okay, gets glimpsed back.
Yeah, has that point available going into the Guardian Greaves right now, like you said, and another thing that you said before, he can do whatever he wants, and that basically seems to hold true right now as nobody's able to stop him. Wrath of Nature flies across, but Yuragi now sprouted. Odekar's made the rotation. If they can get the kill to Yuragi, that's big for him. They look over at Misha, but he'll just TP away, and a big rotation from Odekar. Knowing that he can't do anything to DM, comes bottom and gets the lead.
You know that it's coming. You know this Wrath of Nature will hit you. You know that they will be playing aggressive as soon as you get it. And still, like even professional e-gamers, they can't really go back. They know that it's coming, but sometimes you have to deal with it. Now taking the TP on the top lane. 4 points in Anchor Smash. DM, almost the most farm hero in this game. Second after Oathtaker.
Odekar has a lead again over the Lina, despite the fact that the lane
they stayed bottom.
He has quite a lead, and he's going to have an even bigger lead with Yuragi going down again. So that'll allow the Nature's Prophet to get a big extension ahead of this Lina. And, well, Stampede, they look for Taiga. Odekar still trying to catch up. They do have Supreme. He's level 7 and has a lasso, but might just look to burn Taiga down without using it, and that's exactly what he does. They'll take out the Zeus. Misha another target in their sights, and they will continue to run these heroes on the side of OG. Misha sprouted up, nowhere for him to go. Cuts back towards the neutrals, and Odekar throws the Wrath of Nature out, but that's not what gets the kill. They're still looking here. They still have lasso.
Is available.
BZM never jaunts, and Jibe sticking with this puck. Thinking about a teleportation to look for BZM, but stops it immediately, and Odekar is over to the side. Illusory Orb hits, but now they've got the Disruption, so the Disruption holds him. He'll phase shift, BZM in trouble, and eventually with the Sprout, they're around him, and they get another kill here for the side of Into the Breach. Kadaro's going to get chased by DM and Taiga up towards top of all that's going on, and they end up giving away the Disruptor, but a lot of kills for Into the Breach that work out in their favor.
Into the Breach, very aggressive early on. This is the type of a lineup that they had in the previous game. Nature's Prophet, as the carry, gets involved relatively early on, has Hand of Midas finished. They go underneath the tower 2 times, so this time it's Yuragi. Previous time it was BZM who got all the aggression, but now Yuragi with the double damage picked up, farming the triangle. They don't have any stacks this time around.
Stack game much different. Yuragi, he's going to the same build. No surprise, this seems to just be the standard Falcon Blade Maelstrom, and Yuragi goes to the Boots Travel afterwards from what we saw in the last game. You want to continue to keep this lead because it felt like there was just this jumping off point for the Lina where Into the Breach had no answers, right?
It might be the same thing in this one, even though he died 2 times. He's just 1,000 gold away from Nature's Prophet. I say only 1,000 because Nature's Prophet has Hand of Midas, has that global presence, the Wrath of Nature, and he's been involved in 6 out of 7 kills. So Otikar, very aggressive early on, very involved.
Wimps. Taiga on the run. Supreme gonna try and catch him. Sticky Napalm's constantly hitting. The Flame Break misses with Taiga using that Heavenly Jump, but Supreme picks up a haste. Unfortunate for Taiga, fortunate for Supreme, and he's on a killing spree.
DM is like, don't mind if I keep on farming.
That's what DM stands for, don't mind.
Pretty much, and about to finish Guardian Greaves, needs 300 gold. This is when he's going to start to join these fights. The sustain we've seen in the game number 1, we'll probably see it in game 2 with Omni Knight. Supports on OG slightly under-leveled. Taiga, even with the book, is only level 5.
So they're going to be lacking the 6s on both these supports for a little bit. Meanwhile, Static Storm should be picked up for Kadaro soon, and the Shadow Demon also close to 6. They've got another glimpse. Kinetic Field, Misha, all being chased here by Supreme again. The Flame Break hits both Misha and BZM. They'll burn away the life of this Omni Knight, and now BZM still trying to fight. Got the Stampede, they'll look for BZM, but the damage on the Supreme, he needs to be careful. They have the hoof stomp that lands on a Taiga. The Dream Floor's going to be on a 3. They'll go to the lasso.
Reeves.
But now they'll take out Supreme, and that's Taiga with that Lightning Bolt getting the kill. The Ravage on a 3. The turnaround for OG, it's going to be 3 and make it 4 with everybody here. Jimmy, you have a lot of life, but they can whittle you down and take you out with that Laguna Blade.
Man, BZM baited them so hard that they get like very deep inside the OG's jungle. DM finally TPs. This is his involvement, gets the Greaves off. Puck survives. This is also going to get rewarded from Taiga. Beautifully executed there. Holding onto Coil for a very long time. He dodges them. He's 17 years old, by the way.
Oh.
When I was 17, like, I didn't know how to turn on a microwave.
That's...
I'm just kidding, but
I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
So, big fight for OG. And supports are getting some levels. Yeah, look at that smile.
I'll bail you out of the microwave situation. When we got here to the studio the first week, I didn't know how to use the microwave in here. So I'm 30, so it sounds way worse.
It was European microwave.
It's so different.
Yeah, it has...
what do the numbers mean? Yeah.
Kadaro? Oh, he's alone here.
And dead.
Risky move. Oh, BZM's going to even go with the coil.
Doesn't want to let that Disruptor get away. No chances. DM level 11 has those Guardian Greaves going into the Blink Dagger next, so Blink Ravage in the future for OG, although in that last moment didn't really need it. Got 3 anyway with a non-Blink Ravage.
Perfect positioning from him, perfect game. Keeping up with Nature's Prophet as a Tidehunter. Like, the only other player I've seen this do is 33. To stay on top of the network as these, like, different off-laners, like a Beastmaster or Tidehunter. Like, only a couple of players in the world can do that.
Yeah, and he's doing it with ease, right? Like, it's never really a struggle. I feel like, you know, you say 33, if you even think of, like, how consistent DM and 33 are. Like, Faith Beyond, you think of one as one of the better offlaners, right? But he would have games where he would have to sacrifice and struggle. And it feels like DM and 33,
Taiga
these are
in a good spot to
two
break
players
the smoke.
towards the top and always consistent. Zeus, Taiga, in trouble, and Flame Break lands. Thunder God's Wrath comes through, and, well, Taiga drops. But DM here with Gush, and there's the glimpse to send the Tidehunter the other way. Jibe, he's stuck in the trees. So he's looking for a way to survive and a way out, but the way out's in a body bag as Yuragi gets another one.
He knows that if he uses a Stampede there, Puck will just coil. It's that good. There was also Centaur into Puck this time around, so a bit of a different way of thinking. They more focused on the lane rather than the game, what Centaur is going to bring. They needed some kind of a stun to control this Puck, and so far, BZM only one death on him. When they grouped up, they had, what, like 4, maybe even 5 heroes bottom.
Middle tower has fallen.
Kadaro glimpsing Taiga back. Just catching that vision.
Might still find this Disruptor. Never mind. Gotta go for the farm.
TP away, and we'll continue to farm. The game 1 net worth graph was very close for about, what, 27 minutes?
20 minutes previous game, I checked. It was less than 200 gold lead. That's pretty insane. Pretty nuts. This time around, OG with the 2k gold lead.
Coil
Initiating on a
snaps.
Batrider.
But there's the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, and it's a combo that lands, but it's not one that's going to keep Kadaro alive. That Illusory Orb hits, Wrath of Nature comes through. The ult from the Omni Knight, they're trying to focus on a BZM. Their attention is there, the Sprout is
Lasso
up,
gets
and
him.
they've got the Lasso. They'll get the kill, and that's a big one for Into the Breach.
This is a fight where, like, Lina's still not pumping out the damage. She was relatively close, but not close enough, and also no Ravage was being used. DM was thinking about getting the Blink Dagger that you mentioned. In the end, decides to go for Pipe, which I like way more. So now that they have no Static Storm, no Lasso, OG is going to do the same thing as they did in game 1. Go for Roche.
Yeah, sneak this Roche again. Everything on cooldown in terms of ults for Into the Breach. And this is another first Roche that OG just is quietly getting. And this was a big part of OG finding time for Yuragi to get farm and really hit that breaking point that we saw in game 1.
Yuragi will pick up Aegis one more time. Level 12 compared to Otaker's level 13. That Hand of Might is kicking in. Going into BKB next this time around. Otaker needed to adjust his item build because he's playing against this heavy burst magical one. Jibe opted to go for Pipe in the previous game, but this game, where I think it's a much better Pipe game, doesn't go for it.
It's got 1,400 gold saved up, so we'll see what
Are scanning.
he chooses
He
when...
could still disassemble Vanguard, but we'll see. It's not that good of a Lotus Orb game, so I'm down for some Pipe. Good
Static Storm, Kinetic Field again, and they've got the Thunder God's Wrath to try and deter these heroes, but BZM, Double Edge, Phase Shift, and now Waning Rift goes to the Dream Coil. Misha also here in BZM, looking like he's going to walk away for free on this.
That was beautifully done by Taiga. That Zeus ulti to scout things out and also cancel a Blink Dagger on a Centaur, so he can't close the gap and get another stun, which would give them enough lockdown to kill this Puck. So, great usage of the Zeus ulti.
DM finishes the pipe and back to Blink. We'll have that Blink initiation soon. Otaker has the BKB flying out. And
oh, Yuragi.
Let's see.
I thought he might go for a kill.
They're also looking for a BKB timing on Supreme, right? Is the double BKB enough?
They don't have abilities that go through magic immunity, but I think with Pipe and Greaves, they can sustain themselves long enough, like even Omni, that they might lose one hero. So this type of a lineup from Into the Breach is very easily countered by this tankiness that Tidehunter's going for, and also like one buyback. If they heavily commit, you buy back and then you take a fight, especially if it's close to your side of the map. Yuragi lands a stun.
Yeah, hits Immersion, and he'll survive a second longer, but the inevitable is already put into the books, and they'll get the kill. We go to the Dream Coil Kadaro, though, on the run, and it looks like he'll die too. And the TP not in time. While that was going on, also Taiga, he got the Courier of Jibe, who's trying to get that pipe that you were calling for. and a couple components were cut out of that.
So that's not going to be there for a minute and a half. OG has been cutting this top wave for a very long time. It was DM. We also saw Yuragi doing the same thing. Lina
Stop.
getting initiated on.
And now goes Invis with the Shadow Blade, but they see him. They'll take the Aegis out of his inventory, and BZM going to the back lines, looking over the Centaur.
Coil.
Yuragi's back alive once again. Yeah, Coil on cooldown. Used it on Kadaro over in his own side of the jungle by the tier 2, so doesn't have it for the moment, and they're going to take the tier 1 as Into the Breach back away.
Yuragi going for the same build as he did in game 1. It's like a lot of these same things that OG has done. Roshan, the way they've been moving around the map, DM going for the same item build, pretty much getting that Guardian Greaves, and now Yuragi's keeping BKB going into Lincoln's next.
Thunder God's Wrath, Kadaro will die to the Dream Coil, placed down by BZM. It's another Dream Coil that's just there for the damage to get the kill. The LSA lands on a Jibe. Jibe to get out on the high ground, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, even just getting up those steps, and Taiga will take away the Centaur's life.
Maybe if he has that cloak that he bought on Courier, is holding on to Nether Shawl, but a bit of an extra magical damage could have made the difference there. Full hood, now onto tier 2 tower. Every single time Into the Breach uses any of the big ultis, the Static Storm, Lasso, even Stampede, OG's there to punish. 87% chance of winning this game. That's what Dota Plus says. Well, Gabe, a big OG fan.
That's what it seems like, and we'll see if Into the Breach can turn this one around. It's top 6K behind, and every fight is really being dictated by OG. Never really Into the Breach who are the ones melding this game to their will, so.
Schmelding?
Melding? Yeah, morphing? I don't know.
I thought you said schmelding.
Schmelding? Well,
so
secret melding. Schmelding.
BZM has been on point, going for the pickoffs, mostly killing Disruptor, Kidaro, 0, 8, and 6. Speaking
Blink
of
Ravage.
Make it 0 and 9.
Yeah, Kidaro's dead. Jibe joining him. That's 2. Very easy. They don't really mind using the Ravage. They know they have Dream Coil as well, so.
They also have a Catapult, so they're going to go for this high ground. Centaur does have a buyback. Disruptor doesn't have one, so tier 3 tower.
Catches a Tome in 2 Sentries. Also trying to cut the creep wave.
This is going to be a set of barracks. I don't think they're taking this fight. They might get like a kill out of it.
Sprout, Yuragi, Blink, Anchor Smash now with BKBB Popeye Odegaard. Supreme, he gets the lasso into the Static Storm. They've got Yuragi. Can they get the kill to the leader? They can. That's a lot of damage out of the hands of OG. Now Into the Breach. They got to make this something more. They go to the Disruption. They'll look for the hook stop. Jibe on the low ground alone. Gushed up, Anchor smashed and killed off. They get the kill onto Jibe for 60, and Supreme doesn't have a lasso to pull any of these heroes back in. Over to the side, though, is Odegaard. He's in pretty deep. They'll snap the Dream Coil, and now they'll look over as BZM's trying to take out the Nature's Prophet. The Waning Rift onto the high ground gets the silence onto Odegaard. Odegaard still, though, back behind the tier 4s.
Spinning.
DM just, oh my. In between the tier 4s.
Jibe just killed his own game. He bought back, used Stampede. He was about to respawn, I think, like 10 seconds before they take that fight. No, not enough damage. So they still lose the barracks. One buyback. They do kill Lina, but next Roshan potentially in 1.5 minutes. Yuragi now almost the same amount of farm as O-Taker.
Yeah, they got Yuragi. That's positive, right? But they weren't able to get anything more. They need to get a +1, a +2. Do something more with that, right? And Kadaro just able to survive being 0-10. BZM toying with them a bit. And I think Into the Breach, they need to be all over this next Roche, too. Shard picked up for DM, so he picks up the Tendrils of the Deep. And Light Strike Array, Laguna Blade, BKB, Misha is here, Supreme, one more right
Steal
click,
it.
and there it is.
Misha was trying. He was trying real hard to steal that kill. So pretty much a solo kill there from Yuragi. This Shadow Blade pickup, a lot of value. Skipping out BKB one more time.
Doesn't feel they need to go for it. Although I would say that last death might have called for it to be built.
Taiga has almost same amount of farm. Like, he has more farm than a Centaur, never mind.
Yeah, Jibei has a has his game halted after that buyback. His farm is not really existing at all.
He goes in, usually Centaurs are relatively tanky, but he just dies. He's gonna get blown up by this overwhelming damage from Lina. Zeus about to finish Aghanim Scepter in 700 gold. Into the breach, they feel like they need to do something. Smoking outside of their base. Let's see who they find.
A kill or two here could put them in contention for the next Roche. Taiga at the forefront of this fight. And Jibei with a two-man stun. Wrath of Nature, Thunder God's Wrath. The Static Storm is
Only
down.
on one.
But this is all on for a Zeus. The Ravage hits 3, and now they're going to follow that up. They get the kill on Otakar. The Tendrils of the Deep put him up in the air. They go to the Dream Coil on a 2. They found themselves Kadaro as well as Jibei. All 3 fall, all 3 don't have buyback, and Roche up in 20 seconds should be all OGs.
Let's see if OG decides to go for Roche, or if they want to take potentially one side of Barracks again. 30 seconds with damage from Lina. It's not enough, but they might just go push for it, take the tier 3 tower, then go for Roche. Again, into the breach. Not enough damage. You see, like, the execution also not there. Going on to Zeus. Doesn't even use a glimpse, then commits fully with the Static Storm. Omni Knight is there. Pipe plus Guardian Greaves, more than enough to keep him alive. And now they're baited the glyph, 10 seconds until Nature's Prophet respawns. Glimpse, not gonna get anything out of it.
Yeah, it just gets the jaunt to his illusory orb, and Roche should be next. Ag's picked up by Taiga, so they've got the Nimbus. Also going for Shard, so looking for the Ag's upgrades. Might just get this Shard, honestly.
They'll probably give it to Zeus. He's trying to buy one. I don't know if Uragi wants to take it for himself. Yeah, he's gonna give it to Taiga. Just the value.
So, get Static Field. Now a smoke. With all of Into the Breach over towards their triangle, they're not near their base, and it's just OG have shrunk the map of Into the Breach to no size.
I'm looking at the spray. Gigantic Bulldog spray. Still there. A tree coming out of his eye.
Yeah, that looks painful. Supreme spotted, blink, gush, and goes invis, but Nimbus and Uragi is also getting a kill into Kadara. So a repeat performance there, 0-11 now. But with the BKB, the TP out, and all they get so far is the Disruptor, but really doesn't matter at this point. They're just farming up heroes.
Otakar trying to get something done, cut the creep wave. He knows that there's, again, one fight left for them. OG takes the fight with Lina. They end the game. She's holding that Aegis for almost four minutes. Will be keeping mid.
Look at where they're sitting. OG has just been sitting in these trees for a little while, waiting and hoping that somebody leaves the base or is brave enough to come down the steps.
Ravage back online. They don't, like, Disruptor's fine as a response to Tidehunter, but if the rest of your heroes doesn't have enough damage to kill it, just a casual, I'm kidding glimpse. Yeah, I think you can call this game. They don't even want to take the fight. They're hiding near the trees.
They're hiding. They let them take that Rax. It's all a ruse, right? Let them come top, and that's when they'll jump. They've got the vision down, so they do see these heroes at the front. Supreme looking for an entry point, but the ward will be taken away, and
do or die moment for Into the Breach.
Yep, they'll have to do something, and that'll mean they'll die.
Last tier 3 tower gone. Otakar fake bumping that ulti.
It's like they're looking to get a glimpse start on this with the vision, but without it, they're just not even engaging. And OG, they don't have to worry all too much. They feel the lack of damage from Into the Breach, and they can be confident just moving forward or staying this tight to the steps of Into the Breach.
Ragi bringing casual full Hurricane Pike on the courier, sitting on 500 gold.
Odegaard is...
Will machine gun this last set of barracks down.
Odegaard is in their jungle. Farming up. He's coming back.
Same thing happened game 1. He was there. They tried to TP in. BZM landed a Sunstrike.
Blanco stop.
This is it.
Wiggins pop, Ravage in, that lands on a 3. They get the Kona Jinbei, they'll take out Odegaard and Kadaro. They'll buy back on Odegaard as well as Kadaro too. But that's Mega Creeps. They'll try to fight once again. The ulti from Misha, the force that forward, going for Supreme, but even with the BKB, he still dies. Supreme is gone. Kadaro looking next. He just popped back. He still has the symbol under his icon. They'll call GG, and that will be the series for OG2 over into the breach.
Very clean, not just this game, but the whole series. OG having a really good understanding of their timings, what needs to be done. Ragi died twice, same thing happened for BZM in the previous.